Oh, yes, see? Told ya. Never fails. I got a fish. Yes, gotcha. Happy Yeti. That's a more reasonable departure time. Gonna see if I can't get myself some Tailor for breakfast. Got a little bit of a unconventional cooking method for you, so let's hope we get some and check that out, and I can have some delicious breakfast. All right, let's get into it. What else? Feeling like I pulled a bolt. Seat's been dying for a while, but I've just pulled that bolt out. It's going to be a very uncomfortable paddle today. Oh well, because I'm going to have to suck it up. Yeah, look at that. It's not quite as bad as I thought. It's just come undone. Back in. Yay. Either way, I am still going to need a new seat. So yeah, I've been using the Freak seat. It's pretty worn out. I've got to get a new one for this kayak and two for the tandem. So drop us a comment if you've got any suggestions. I don't think they actually make this one anymore. I've been looking on the website and it's gone to sold out and it hasn't changed. So yeah, if you know more than I do, let me know, because I want another one, but I don't know if I can get another one of these because I don't think they're making them anymore. Can't believe I left my sunnies in the car. Right, travelling through basically a gap. There's a shallow section out there and a shallow section in here. So I could do bog laps trolling up each edge or up the middle or zigzag, but I prefer to just pedal along, making a cast out to each side. So if the fish are there, you'll tend to locate them, and then if you can figure out which side of the channel they're hanging on, then you can focus your efforts there. So there's a bunch of tiny little whitebait just jumping in front of me. They're probably actually running away from me, but if they're here, it's a good sign. So, what are we? We're sitting on the shallows, 1.2 meters deep. Well, if the bait fish are any indication, we should be onto a winner. There's heaps of them. That said, nothing seems to be carving them up, so maybe they're waiting for a different phase of tide or something, but they're definitely here. The bait fish, that is. Found him. Just had a massive one boof the lure, just barely 2 rod tips from me, but he didn't quite hook up. So I'm gonna make another cast. Nice and confident now. There's gonna be fish for breakfast. It's a good sized Tailor too. Came about half a body out of the water. Oh, that sun, I wish I had my sunnies. Try a fast retrieve instead. So oddly, I've flogged the water to foam for, I don't know, probably 5 minutes, felt like 10 minutes, without another hit. So I'll move on. It's a bit weird, that it doesn't normally happen like that. If you get a hit, you usually find fish, but oh well. Back to trolling, on to the next spot. Alright, so I've brought you out to this spot before, and I believe I've been known to say I always catch Tailor here, so let's see if I have to eat my words. It's just a little edge, drops into deeper water. Tend to fish it more cast and retrieve with a sinking lure. Let the lures get down, and then the same fast retrieve. Let the lure get down near the bottom. My feeling for what's happening today is that the bait fish are all sitting on the surface and or up on the flats. And the tailor are probably sitting out here just off the edge in the deeper water, hanging down low. And they're probably waiting for something to happen, like a tide change. Oh, yes, see? Told ya. Never fails. Never fails. Hey, here we go. How's that for classic perfect timing? I'll probably do with a tighter drag, I think. Or is this not a tailor? Nah, it's a tailor. See? Yeah, so what I was saying was I think the fish are sitting in the deeper water. So dropping a lure, letting it sink down to them. Wham! Up they come. There he is. Yeah. I got breakfast. Sweet. Gotcha. Nice Swan River Tailor, that one. Good for my brekkie. Ooh, hooked in the eye socket. Anyway, it's going to be brekkie, so I'll icky-jimmy him and we'll have a go for dinner for brekkie. Cool. Woody, I don't know if you watch my videos, turns out I run a much longer leader than I said I did on your, commented on, did on your thing. That's probably about a rod length, I guess. But either way, that knot is definitely not above the eye when I'm casting. But I do run about that much, which I guess is about 3 foot, 90 centimeters of length to my lure when I'm casting. Give it a good whip, especially with the heavier lures, works well. So just for funsies, while I'm slowly drifting, I might as well have a lure out. Little white Rapala. I don't know if you can see it, but this lure has caught many tailor. It's got lots and lots of scratches. Little white Rapala. And because I'm drifting so slow, although it's a diving lure and I'm in very shallow, I reckon it's going to sit right on the surface anyway, so put that out there before we start. I thought of this idea a couple of months ago, start of the tailor season, like October, November, when I did the tailor catch and don't cook video. I thought, how can I cook my fish when I'm out on the water? I asked my family to buy me a blowtorch for Christmas. So, in my dry bag of fun here, we've got can of butane, just in case. You shouldn't need it. Oh. Sharp knife. A blowtorch. Open, turn the gas on, click. You can't see it because there's too much sun. But anyway, if I do this, you can see the flame when I get more oxygen or less oxygen. Here's the base. I better find the base for that before I put it down on my plastic kayak. So that's standing up. If it would stand up. Nice little piece of jarrah. It's actually a decking wood. I'm hoping that's not treated with anything too poisonous. Should be fine. I'm just going to wet that a little bit. It's going to be far too small. Got a little bit of salt. Okay, so I've got a lot of salt, but that's because I didn't have anything smaller when I was rushing around. And some seasoning. I don't know where it came from. Got it for Christmas. It's pretty tasty though. Right, dry bag of fun. And then, piece de resistance, buttered white bread. Alright, starting with filleting, which, let me tell you, it's not easy to do well in the very close confines of a kayak. Don't worry, I've already had a vasectomy. Right, one fillet. I'm not going to bother filleting the other side because it's all too hard. So what I'm actually going to do, I hope this works, I'm going to torch the scales. So, knife away. So I'm going to give flesh side a little sprinkle of that seasoning, just going everywhere, including up my nose. That'll do. A little bit of salt. It's actually a lot of salt, but that's right, live with it. Now I'm going to need to get you down here closer. I just turned it over, skin side down. Oh no! I think I've wet the igniter. Oh crap. There we go. So coming in nice and close. Torch is obviously going to shrink it a lot. Now the reason I got that jar of block is because I reckon if I axe deliberately hit it a bit, I'm going to get a nice jar of smoky flavour. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to flog the skin, because that can take it without over burning my fish. It's going to shrink up, and then once we're done we're going to peel it off. Should release as this flesh underneath cooks. And I'm going to have to move it up so that we don't torch my plastic kayak. It's not looking very appealing at this point, is it? But you should find. Right, so I'm going to turn her over, if I can do that without burning myself. Hopefully I've got enough gas, because this looks like it's going to take longer than I thought, because it's a much bigger fish than I thought. I was anticipating. Thinking I should have cut it up. Get that smokiness off the jarrah. I did not think about how challenging this was going to be to film. So, peeling that toasty burnt skin off, taking with it all the scales. Dispose of that. We'll have another quick little crack at this side. Hopefully, yep, it's going to light. Good. So I'm just going to deliberately hit that jarrah underneath the curl there, which will be cooking the outside of the fish as well, but it's also giving it a bit of smoky wood flavour. Obviously if I have to, I'm going to lob that piece of jarrah into the water, but I don't think I'm going to actually set it on fire. So see if we can get your camera right in there, eh? So obviously this is a bit experimental, so I'm going to give it a cut, see how cooked it actually is on the inside. if I can get the camera to sit still for you. So we can do this. The answer is it's cooked most of the way, so that's good. So there it is, all done, ready to go. Nice white bread. I'm going to use this end, the tail end, which hopefully won't have too many pin bones left in it. And I'm just going to break it up a little bit so that it actually fills out my whole bread. How's that for fisherman's breakfast? How's that for fisherman's breakfast? Ooh, I got a fish! How's that for timing? Whoa! Because that is fairly going. How was that for timing? Couldn't have planned it. Oh, that's hilarious. That's a brim. I don't fish for brim. But guess what? Caught one. Well, that's hilarious. And that is how I fish for brim. Right, now I've got to not get my torch on the kayak, get the brim in the kayak without putting it on my breakfast. It's a good sized brim too. I might actually get the brag mat out and see how big he is. You wouldn't read about it. That's hilarious. Hill areas. One black brim coming in at 32, maybe 33 centimeters. How's that for bycatch? All right, off you go, bud. Off he goes. 2 fish. Could not have timed it better. Hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Alright, back to eating my breakfast. Alright, so as I was saying, there you go. That is really, really tasty. I mean, the spice mix helps. But that's the way to cook on your kayak. Get yourself a little brulee torch and something to protect your deck when you're torching, and blowtorch away. Maybe cut it into smaller pieces than I did. It'll make cooking easier. Yum. Nice. Alright. I will see you next time. Good family.